I typically go out, most of the time I'm the earliest one out, and I'll go out and try to find something to run, find a track, find a starting point, and then we all converge at that point. We get on the radios and try to get together. We'll spread people out in different areas to cover area, and then we'll get the dog people together, the dog men, and we'll either turn loose right there on the road, or if we really don't have a track at the road per se, then we'll take dogs and go off. We'll get other people kind of strategically placed in different areas, and then we'll decide which dogs we want to turn loose, and we'll turn them loose from that point, and then basically just start monitoring where they are with the GPS trackers. We typically put two different collars on a dog. One is we call them the old style or Amish trackers, because they're primitive, or primitive per se nowadays. I mean, 3 years ago they were the latest, greatest thing. And that signal never goes bad. I mean, the collars are 16,000 hour collars, so they'll last years and years. And you kill them every night that you're done hunting. The Garmin collars will actually specifically pinpoint a spot that they are. You can see exactly where the dog is all the time, see what he's doing. It'll show you if he's sitting down, if he's running, if he's treeing, and then you just track his movement. And you have a monitor, a handheld monitor that we just watch like on a TV or computer screen. And then once the dogs, they may run for miles and miles, and then once they stop, all of them kind of bunch together, and then they'll start showing them treed. It'll say, Ghost is treed, Rider's treed. At that point, you pretty well know that the bear's treed. And then it becomes a question of getting around to a particular place where you can get as close as you can, and then you just walk in from there. And treeing a bear is basically finding a track, turn the dogs loose. They obviously chase from the scent, and then we typically will figure out that they've jumped the bear. So a bear is usually laying somewhere or walking around feeding. Once the dogs get close enough to where they actually see the bear, they jump the bear, and the bear hears them or whatever, and starts the progression of the chase picks up quite a bit. And so they'll start moving faster, and sometimes you can tell by the bark, that picks up. And then the dogs basically harass the bear enough to where he climbs up in a tree where he's safe and he knows the dogs can't get to him. Once the bear's treed, we get people together, and if someone wants to shoot the bear, we pick that person out. He'll bring a gun, and then 3 or 4 other houndsmen will go with him, and when we get to the tree, we see how big the bear is. If he's big enough for us to shoot, or someone wants to take him, then we tie the dogs back. We tie them back typically 5, 6, 8 feet away, just around different trees around the bear. Make sure the shooter gets a really good rest, really good shot, takes your time, and then they shoot the bear, and then that's it. Then the work starts. If we kill the bear, then obviously you have to have 2 or 3 guys lead dogs out, and then you have to have 2 or 3 guys dragging the bear. And the bear is the hardest thing there is to ever drag. I mean, it's not like dragging a deer. You take a 150-pound deer and a 150-pound bear, the bear will drag 10 times harder than the deer did.